Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Exos Double Large Shade. This is the square version, 1396/35. Awesome fixture. Lots of different versions of these. There's semi-flushes, there are round ones. Check them all out. Watch those videos. Let's get into the size of the fixture itself, and let's talk about the height of the fixture body independent of these, what it's hanging from, coming in at 8.8. This is a square, so it's 24.6 by 24.6. That's going to be a metal-to-metal measurement. Your actual shade's inside. The inner shade is going to be 20 inches and square, and the outer shade is going to be 24 inches square. So overall height, that's a distance from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling using these pipes, is going to give you a pretty good range. 11.8 inches at its shortest all the way to 56.8 inches at its longest as standard product. If you need to go longer than 56.8, drop a quick email to us. Say you're looking at the 1396/35. Tell us what you need. So if you need 86 inches overall height, 140, it doesn't matter. I'm going to take your email, send it through Hubbardton Forge's customs department, where it'll come back with a quote. We do customs every day. It's not a big deal, like I said, and it adds just a little time and money. So just tell us what you need. Okay, why don't we talk about these interconnected rods that screw together. I want to show you more information about that, and a good way to do it to start off with is to look at the installation's instructions now. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for installations, instructions, PDF. Open that up for me. It's going to show you a full parts list of all the parts you're going to get. It's going to show you how to put it together, which is super simple. But it's going to show you some very good line drawings, like the inside of the fixture, socket setup. It's going to show you this canopy, which is flat, obviously, and it's a 5.3-inch square. It's going to go over your 4-inch junction box. This is what you guys have at home, and it'll show you all the different parts and how it goes on. So take advantage of that. We're also going to talk about how to put this together, and an easy way to do it is to put down a blanket or some maybe some towels on a counter or something like that. You're going to have to figure out which pipes that you need for your overall height, and there's a chart on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont over there. It's also on the installations instructions, and that chart is going to show you what combinations of these rods you're going to use to get to the lengths, overall heights that are listed on that chart. Okay, so you're going to get 3 of these 312s to begin with, 1 6 and 1 3. That's going to be automatic, and then you're going to get a bunch of these little connectors to put them together. You're not going to put your shades and frosted glass diffuser on until the very end, once it's up. You're going to kind of figure out what you need. You're going to put your little parts out. You're going to put the part with the sockets at one end, and you're just going to kind of feed those wires through these parts little by little. So you're going to go through a pipe, through a connector, through a pipe, through a connector, and eventually you're going to exit the canopy up on the ceiling. And then you just basically screw them together. It takes 2 seconds, which we'll do now. And once you get it together, it's a very clean look. You can barely see the seam. It's beautifully milled. So it just looks like a solid rod, and you're good to go. So the top of this has a knuckle built into it right around here where it meets the canopy. That's going to allow this to be slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees already. If you guys have a slope ceiling, you don't need any custom for this. It's just going to be basically like that. So it'll look exactly the way you think it's going to look. Okay. So we talked about the chart. Flat diffuser, that's part on the bottom for this. That's that flat diffuser that's frosted. It's going to be hiding these. There's a little bit of an air gap on the side that allows air to sweep in there and cool sockets back when there were incandescents. So just remember that. And then let's talk about these incandescents. So it's going to be using 4 medium base bulbs. Very simple. There's no specialty bulbs that go with this. They're going to be pinwheeled out, and you can see some drawings on those install sheets. So it's kind of a cool way to see the inside of this before you ever buy it. So you're going to be using 4 A19 bulbs. That's just a standard light bulb size that we all grew up with. If you want to go for incandescent bulbs, they're still around. If you can find some, you can go up to 100 watts in each of these sockets. So don't be afraid to do that. This is only 13.2 pounds, so it's very light. Just want to throw that in really quick. Going back to bulbs again, A19s, easy to find. They're everywhere you go. You can find them at dollar stores, drug stores, grocery stores, Home Depot, Ace Hardware. Doesn't matter where you go. I would probably get any of those places well before I went onto Amazon or online, because they're so abundant out in the world. Now LEDs, you're going to find them in all kinds of different places. So I found 4 packs of these 100-watt equivalents at Home Depot, Walmart, places like that. I think it was a Westinghouse or a General Electric brand. And That's a lot of light. So 100 watts equivalent, 60 to 75 watt equivalent, 4 of those would probably be very adequate for this. So I would probably go there. And those are going to be a little easier for you to find out in the world. They're going to offer these bulbs to you in a lot of different ways. 2700 Kelvin is going to be a super yellow light. They're going to offer these to you in something called daylight, which sounds like a warm light, but it's not. That's that bluish white light, like a hospital waiting room or an overcast day. That's 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on that Kelvin scale. They're also going to offer these bulbs to you in something called warm white or soft white, and that's what we like to use in our showroom. That's the nice white, warm white that's coming down on my hands right now. This mimics the nice warmth of an incandescent bulb. That's why we like it. So that's 3,000 Kelvin, and that's what we like to use here. So that would probably be my choice on this. And just make sure you buy a dimmable bulb, because you're going to want to dim this down at some point. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below. So scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart. So you can click on dark smoke. You can click on soft gold. Doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a what's on display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus, you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.